How's it going, guys? Shane here from the GnG Elite DBS team, and we just got some pretty insane news. So, we just got announced that Bandai is doing an anniversary box, and we know the contents of that box now. They might have announced the box as itself a while ago, but we're just now finding out the contents. So, the contents are pretty nuts. I kind of took a peek at it, but I didn't fully read it, so I figured I'll take a look at it and we'll get my general reaction in the video itself. So, right off the bat, we see foils, alternative art cards, and a new leader. So alternative art cards tells me reprints, and that's kind of neat. Some cards that are hard to get, maybe a little too high in price in some people's opinions, will see more printings, and that's sometimes like I'm in the group that Bean doesn't need a reprint, but I understand why some people think it does, and I honestly don't really care either way. So anyway. So Bandai will release a special anniversary box for its DBS card game to commemorate the game's second year in June. It will include 2 copies of 35 new battle and extra cards to power up older decks. Beerus, Vados, Broly, Goku Black, Zamasu, Red Vegito, Cooler, Android 13, Metarildo, Son Goku Ultra Instinct, Mira, and more, for a total of 70 cards. So, a lot of people are going to get excited about this, but make sure you lower your expectations. When we got the Ultimate box, everyone got hyped for that support for, bad decks. But nothing in the Ultimate box was super spectacular. Like, Vegito was great, but he wasn't great for, like, what he was in the box for like, the deck they were trying to push. He was just a good card in general. The 4-drop 17 saw play, and I think that's it off the top of my head. Maybe one of the leaders. I'm trying to remember what else in the box. Let me grab my box really quick. Shoot, I don't have it here. Anyway, nothing off the top of my head was super spectacular besides the 17 and the Vegito. There could be something I'm forgetting. But, so let's look at this. The Beerus, I don't know what they could really be giving us. The Beerus stuff's got to be something kind of new in a way. Vados, it's kind of weird. Like, assuming they're talking about the leaders, I guess Beerus is just going to be more ramp. That could be interesting, especially with those new Gogeta cards coming out, that ramp and all that. Vados, I don't really know how they plan on supporting her, so that could be kind of interesting. Now, Broly, I do assume they're talking about the green Broly from set 1. So, that is probably one of the ones I'd look forward to. That archetype has more going for it, and with the right support, could maybe be tier 3, maybe tier 2. So, I'd look forward to that. Goku Black could be interesting, because that leader ramps and can do some somewhat degenerate things if given the right support. Zamasu is interesting, though I don't see it being viable as long as Janemba is a thing, regardless of the support they give it, unless it does something like the Golden Shenron and like shuffles 20 cards in its deck. I don't see that being viable. Red Vegito could be interesting. Cooler, maybe. Android 13 could be interesting. The leader does some kind of unique things. Metarildo could be neat. The Metarildo engine's really fun and can do some kind of fun stuff, especially with the new Kikano. Ultra Instinct Sign. So they're just talking about the battle card at that point. I'm kind of afraid. What leader? I'm not even sure. I'm just going to skip it. Mira, that could be neat. So, now that androids don't see any play since Cell is limited to 1, giving Mira support could be super interesting because a lot of people forget that the Mira Creator Absorbed, if you union it into play, they discard 3 cards. So, getting support for that leader and that engine as a whole could be interesting. Let's see, we also get 2 special anniversary booster packs that include a random assortment of 5 cards selected from 35 new cards and 1 new leader Toa card. That includes silver foiling and a special foiling treatment. So you'll get 2 of these booster packs, and you'll get 10 of the 35 cards, and I'm assuming 2 copies of the leader. So that's kind of neat. It gives you a copy of the leader to get rid of, I guess, people who don't buy the box. It's probably one of those things where a lot of people aren't going to buy this box right away because it's going to be super expensive. It's going to be like $100. It's not going to be worth it. Then you'll just wait a while and it'll be like $40 because people will be trying to unload, their stores will be trying to unload them like crazy. So the anniversary packs, it's 35 new cards. So that's kind of interesting. So we're getting 70 new cards plus those 35 new cards. That's a lot. Or no, I'm sorry, 35 new battle cards and extra cards. So my bad, I got this stuff mixed up. Because you get 2 of each. So you get 35 cards up there, 35 cards down here. Oh no, it's the same 35 new cards. I'm sorry. Okay, so it's the same 35 new cards. You just get extra copies, I guess. So that's kind of neat. So you get 3 copies of some of them by the looks of it. 4 Vault power-up packs will feature alternative art reprints of popular cards like Senzu Bean, Flying Nimbus, Scientist Fu, and more, as well as special gold and silver foil versions of some cards. Each Vault power-up pack will include 4 random cards, 3 standard, and a foil. So that's really cool. So everyone who wanted that Senzu Bean reprint, here you go. You can stop, being unhappy about it. Here it is. Bandai listened. They did it. Awesome. Nimbus, okay. Scientist Fu is a good pick because it's so good and it's a tournament pack card. It has potential to just climb and climb and climb as years go by. So I think reprinting it's a good idea. You get 4. You have 4 cards, so you get 16 cards total between the 4 packs. That's not bad. There's some decent value here, and this box looks a lot better than the Ultimate box we got last year. You also get a pack of 60 card sleeves. Bandai really likes giving us sleeves. And a storage box, 1 of 4 designs. So that's kind of neat that there's 4 different boxes. Oh, MSRP is only going to be $60? That's not bad. So that's pretty interesting. Bandai learned with the Ultimate box. Selling them really high was a bad idea. Stores could not move those Ultimate boxes. As I'm sure a lot of y'all know, after a while, you could just go online and find stores get rid of them for $45, $50 shipped. I mean, they were dirt cheap. So, anyway, let's go back up here. Let's talk about these reprints. So, there's going to be... they don't tell us how many, but we know there's going to be more than just Nimbus, Bean, and Fu. So, they've shown us they're not afraid of reprinting SR cards. I know they don't mention an SR here, but they've done it before. They gave us the Judge Foil Bardock. So, I don't think SR cards are completely out of the realm of possibility. So, at SR, you have At All Costs Vegeta could be a reprint. Sorry, I knew this right off the top of my head. In the red decks, I mean, you could see Foreseeing Hit. That's a possibility. Let's talk about the green decks. There's really anything in there. Those are like the 2 that jump out at me right away. You could... I mean, this is a huge shot in the dark. Like, it's definitely not going to happen, but, I mean, we can dream. Could be a Awakened Power reprint, the Secret Weapon Tournament of Power. That card's price has gotten astronomical the last few months, and it's really bad for the game. Like, don't get me wrong, a healthy secondary market is great for the game, and the game needs that. $400 cards, the game does not need. That just sets a bad impression on people coming into the game, and that's something we have to keep in consideration because we want our game to grow, and we want people to stay. It limits a point where if, for some odd reason, the Secret Rare Goku ever becomes like a Tier 1 deck or a Tier 0 deck, the game almost becomes pay to win, where the only people who can do well are people who can afford several $100s on one card. And let's be real, that's just not good for the game. So a reprint of that could be possible. With Nimbus being there, that shows us that we could see like just random commons. So you could see like Whisa's Coercion, you could see Yajirobe, I guess. Mafuba's a tournament pack card, so there's a lot of different options there. Battering Laser, maybe. Getting foil Batterings would be pretty cool. Because that's what's important here. You get a foil copy. So we'll probably see a lot of set 1 and 2 cards that we want foil. Well, set 3, does set 3 have foil? I can't remember. Anyway, we'll probably see a lot of whatever, like set 1, 2, and 3 if it didn't have foil cards. Because people are going to want those foil. And that's going to make people buy this product. And these Vault power-up packs are going to be what gives this box value. Because of the foil commons. People are going to want foil beans, trust me. Those cards are going to be expensive. We could see other tournament cards like Fu. So you could see Clanetaire Mecha Frieza, I think is probably going to be one. I put a high bet on Clanetaire being in there. You could also see the Occupation of Evil Frieza, because that card climbed up a little bit and is from TP2, I believe. Yeah, because Clan of Terror, I think, was TP1. It might be reversed. But you could see... It was Fu... No, I don't think... Maybe Will of Iron. I mean, I doubt it, but maybe. But those are all possibilities. That looks to be everything about the box. When does it come out? I must have missed that part. So it's going to come out in June, by the looks of it. So we have a while to go before this comes out. We got a long time, really. So there could even be set 5 cards in here. I wouldn't be too surprised. Some of these reprints are probably going to be really underwhelming, but you have to have some bad ones to make the good ones even better. So that makes sense. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to go over this real quick for y'all, and I'll get out of here, so stay elite.